Hey yo, this is the Show Like TV, and today we have a special guest on our hands. Go ahead and introduce yourself, my guy.
The big homie T-Lo in the building, man. Y'all already know.
Yes, sir. Big T-Lo in the building. Thank you so much for coming to the show, bro. I really appreciate it.
Man, it's been long overdue, man.
Yeah, no, of course. We had your son on the building. We had your son in the building already.
Yeah.
And we already said we needed you here.
Yeah, Trey Tulo, man, he coming in a whole nother fashion. It's all beautiful, man.
Yeah, shout out to my guy.
Shout out.
Yeah, man. So how's everything going? How are you doing?
Man, things is cool, man. Things are actually settling down for me, you know what I mean? You know, they say the game slows down. The game is slowing down for me, man. It's starting to get a little easier for me to make my moves, and that's why we've been so active as lately.
Yeah, no, definitely. So, you starting off, where are you born and raised?
I'm originally from the town, man, Oakland, California, man. Born and raised, you know what I mean? I ended up going to high school and things in Vallejo, California. And then from there, I went into the Job Corps, you know what I mean? Shout out to Clearfield, you underdig. And I ended up my way out here. I stayed in Salt Lake for a couple years after I left Job Corps, and then I ended up moving up to Ogden. And Ogden felt a little more like Oakland to me, you know what I mean? Ogden had a little flavor to it that I kind of was familiar with. So I ended up posting up in Ogden and staying there for a while, but I came here from California as a youngster, man, so, you know, and I've always rocked with Utah. Salt Lake City, I got a lot of partners out there that I lived with, dealt with, did business with, and moved on up to the O, and it's like family up there, you know what I mean? So Utah's become a real second home for me, man.
That's right. That's dope. So growing up in Utah, I know it's a little different. How was it growing up here? You know,
yeah, and I consider that, I'm glad you said it that way too, because, you know, just because you wasn't born there doesn't mean you didn't grow up there. True. As young men, especially young black men, we don't start to try to figure out who we are until we're about 17, 18, 19. You know, as they say, you start smelling yourself, you feel me, and you try to get out there. So at that time, I was out here. So I grew up with a lot of these cats out here. I didn't go to high school with them, but it was shortly after that, I was out here trying to find my way. So, you know, Utah, just like anywhere, has its pros and cons. There's a lot of good things about Utah. It kept me out of a lot of trouble. To be 100, it probably saved my life, because if I'd have stayed in the town, ain't no telling what would have went down. Yeah. Especially the state that my city's in right now, man. It's really rough out there. Shout out to my people in the town, man. Hold your head. Let's keep it up, man.
Yeah, no, definitely. So, being from, because you being from the town, you have a different aura and a different vibe about yourself here. What are the differences that you feel like are different from here and out there?
I just feel like people here are a little bit more sheltered from certain things, so that when they see it, they're unfamiliar with it, and that makes them a little bit nervous, you know what I mean? But once they get to know you, talk to you for 5 minutes, or deal with you, they do that. So it's one of my reasons why I stay so bad, still wearing my locks, still wearing my jewelry, because I want you to realize that don't be afraid of these things, because you might end up talking to me and finding out that, hey, that's an all right cat, educated, smart, and ready to move. And maybe you'll not look at the next cat that look like me, and maybe you'll look at him a little different. Maybe you'll give him a little game. So when I came here, I felt like, yeah, I was gaining an experience, but I felt like I was giving an experience as well. So I had to stay me. I had to stay doing what I was doing in order to get where I was trying to go.
That's right. So looking at Salt Lake City and the kind of the community that we have now, how do you feel about the hip hop community that's coming along?
It's growing. It's diverse. When I very first started doing this, it was in 2002. I got signed to a record label out of Ogden called Dub Dub Records. It was the first record label out of northern Utah. And at that point, it was really hard to try to line up with people and network. It wasn't a real network. There was a handful of cats that we dealt with, from Mac Demon to Hog Balls to a few cats out of Sick Lake and things like that, you know. And it was a small group of people. You know what I mean? Now it's growing. We're seeing our youngsters come up, like you said, Trey Tulo, Pinky MF Red, you know what I mean, J23, Jay the Spark, cats that we're seeing come up, that came up out of what we was doing. Shout out to Illy and all of these cats out here that we deal with, that we watched them come up in the game. And I don't need no credit. I don't need nobody to tell me nothing. Yeah. I know the seeds I planted, and I enjoy, and I'm proud of all of y'all that's doing that right now, man, especially the younger generation.
True. So before we turn the cameras on, we were talking about what 40 was saying about what's going on right now. Like E40 being one of my favorite artists too.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Legend.
He's a legend of the game, bro. Him, you know what I'm saying? Short Dog, you know what I'm saying? Mac Dre, all of them.
That's right.
How do you feel about like the artist kind of growing out here in this new age of Utah? Because I know like the music scene is kind of like a little different, you know?
I think Utah has to find its own unique way.
Yeah.
When we hear Atlanta music, we know it's from Atlanta.
Exactly.
When you hear Oakland music, you know it's from Oakland.
Exactly.
We've even separated ourselves from LA because everybody used to just be like it's all Cali. But everybody knows now Northern California and Southern California is two different places. You feel me? So we recognize Southern California style. So what Utah has to do is find that unique style. Yeah. You know, the culture here is rooted a little bit more in family and backgrounds of more, you know, foundational things, whereas things like this that we do to entertain and you know, be a little over the top, it's not as big here.
It's not as needed.
So yeah, we have to network with one another. I need to be at Show Life. I need to be at, you know, Dub. I need to be at Hive Minded. I need to be working with this producer, that producer, a different guy that shot my video, yes, different guy that recorded my stuff, because that networking is where we're going to be able to succeed. If we continue to just stay individuals and do it from the background, you might still make it, but it's going to be a lot more work.
It's going to be definitely
a lot more work, you know, so it's better for us to pull together and do this. Yeah,
and that's what, you know, me and my co-hosts always kind of talk about with the artists is, you know, is connecting and working together, you know, because I see a lot of okay, I work with this person, but not this person. You know, and it kind of keep you in a box a little bit, you know?
Right.
If you had a way of changing that, what would you do?
I think, you know, there are some things that could keep you from crossing over into business with certain people if you have morals and standards that may not align with theirs, right? So there's some connections are going to just hardly ever be made or may not ever make just because they don't stand in the same position. But for the guys that are outside of that, that's usually a small percentage, you know what I mean? Be open to, I just went to a battle of the bands. I watched everybody from dudes playing the trumpet to cats rapping to women singing, people playing the bongos. Be open to being creative.
Yeah.
Look at other people's art. And even if it's something you can't do or maybe something you're not into, that doesn't mean it doesn't still hold value. So if we can all see the value in one another, I can do a half rock, half rap song with Rez. Right. You know what I mean? Or I can do a hardcore street song with Ness. I can come back around and do something more meaningful with 200. And have more, you know, but be open. Be ready to create. Don't just be stuck in a box, man. Be ready to be creative, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So let's jump to some current events, see how you feel about some stuff. The Drake and Kendrick battle just, I guess, kind of ended. How do you feel about that? Do you think that kind of separated the hip-hop community, or do you think it put it together? All right.
Well, I come from the battle rap era. I still watch battle rap to this day. You know what I mean? So when LL and Cannabis was battling, when Jay-Z and Nas was battling, you feel me? I feel like that's healthy for the culture because once again, we're being creative and coming up on the spot or coming up with unique things. It's crazy my position on this though because I felt like the Drake, J. Cole, Kendrick thing was a distraction from the P. Diddy thing. I feel like Diddy and everything that was coming out day after day after day, more stuff, more people involved, it was just giving the industry a black eye. It was making you not even like your favorite artist anymore because Diddy done got a hold of him. Man, let's just keep it a buck.
Yeah.
Music needed something else to talk about. Drake, Kendrick, and Cole was something else to talk about, bro. At this point, without Weezy putting in as much work as he used to, without Ye putting in as much work as he used to, Cole, Kendrick, and Drake is the top.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because there's other cats that I would listen to, or maybe not. And like I said, this is my point about being creative. I don't even listen to Cole. I listen to some Kendrick. I don't listen to Drake, but if I'm in the club. I respect all three of them cats as being top in the game because I know what their creativity is and I know what they're doing. So even if it's not my cup of tea, be open. That goes back to what you had said, you know what I mean? So I feel like we needed that distraction. We needed to start talking about something else other than Diddy.
Yeah.
And I really feel like that was probably their best pitch at it, you know what I mean?
To stick to the wall.
Right.
Yeah.
And Kendrick's been waiting in the cut to come back for a minute because Kendrick's smart, Jack. He jumped out the way right when everybody was going to jail and getting cracked and getting killed. You can't tell me that was no coincidence. Yeah. Kendrick fell back. He wasn't making no videos. He wasn't doing no music. He wasn't saying nothing. And what happened? Rappers dropping, going to prison, RICO cases. Kendrick sat back and was like, I seen this shit coming. Now, it's done slowed up. They done came and got who they wanted and got these big people going. Got this big trial happening. Kendrick gone. Perfect time to come back. I'm finna annihilate this whole ass nigga Drake real quick. You know, easy pickings, low hanging fruit. Let's just go for the light skinned soft dude real quick. And hit him with some back to backers. How do you rebuttal somebody in 10 minutes, bro? And drop the track on Spotify in a matter of hours after you said something. We ain't never seen nothing like that.
No.
And then Mustard jumped on that beat and it just took off, man. So I rest in peace, Drake. Hey, man, it's all good, bro. You know what I mean? Just, you know, go back to auto-tune singing and things, and you'll be all right. Canada still fuck with you.
So yeah, that was kind of gonna be my next follow-up question: is do you feel like his career is done now?
Well, I mean, he's got a big fan base, so not done. But
we know done.
Definitely the mega star that everybody was following around. He kind of tainted that. He Ja Ruled him. 50 did to Ja Rule that. We still fuck with Ja, but 50 kind of like, you know what I mean? It's like watching the bully get his ass whooped. Yeah, I might not want to fight you, but I know you can get your ass whooped now. At least somebody got your ass, you know what I mean? So 50, how 50 did Ja, I feel like that last one, They Not Like Us. But see, people don't even understand the double and triple entendres of They Not Like Us, man. Kendrick is saying a lot more than what it seems on that track, man. So I think that just gave him his chance to come on back to the game, take over, and get back in them spots. Fill in that blank for Nipsey. You know what I mean? Fill in that blank for Pac. Bring us on back in that we can be respected on the West again. You know what I mean? So, yeah, shout out to Kendrick, man. Shout out to them real ones that's holding it down, man.
That's right. That's right. So with that happening, going on now, do you feel like the West Coast is open for someone to take the mantle?
Yeah, I feel like...
because I know Kendrick, I mean, I don't think Kendrick is going to constantly drop.
No, I think what Kendrick has done is seen the bigger picture. Mm-hmm. That's like working for somebody, start your own business. Mm-hmm. Going back to working for somebody ain't gonna happen. Mm-hmm. So Kendrick coming from rap into the next level, I don't see him going back into rap. Like he's like, nah, I already know how that part worked. I need to be on this side of the fence. So I think what he's gonna do is like Uncle Snoop. He's gonna start bringing everybody in. People that had never been in before, because Death Row, we had never seen Bloods and Crips before like that. So I think Kendrick is like modeling between that and Nip. Mm-hmm. Nip picked up where Pac ran off. So I feel like the West Coast is connecting back like that, you know what I mean? Even with Cube having the big three, Cube is still there. Don't get it twisted just because Cube ain't following into the music no more. Cube is still a West Coast legend that's holding down still, because that Big Three is bringing in bread. You know what I mean? So Cube, that's what I mean. Like with Kendrick, Cube seen another lane and he knows it's bigger now. Will he go back to doing West Side Connection albums? Fuck no.
Yeah.
Because he's seen the other side now. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's what Kendrick is at now. He's like, I've seen the other side. I'm gonna come back and use a little bit of my influence to get us rolling. Yeah. But it's time for y'all to start stepping up. Let's bring the West Coast back. You know what I mean?
I love it. I love it. All right. Well, so let's get into some more current events that's going on. We just had a big loss in the hip hop community with Julio Foolio.
Man, I saw that.
So it was reported that his death was because of him showing, you know, where his locations was so much, and you know, the dissing of other artists. You know, how do you feel about that? You know,
oh boy, he was walking a cold line. What he was he was really open about a lot of things that we normally don't speak on. When you have the anger and the hatred in your heart to want to kill somebody, you don't give a fuck about his family, his headstone, or nothing else. Let's just keep it a buck. If that's where you're at in your mind, that you want to kill somebody. So what he did was he vocalized that. And that's usually stuff you don't talk about. You don't talk about how much you hate somebody, especially after they're gone. These are things that we don't do. So the scenes in the cemeteries and the lyrics, you're almost setting yourself up. And some people said that, you know, they felt like he planned it that way, that he was almost tired of the bullshit and he was exposing himself intentionally, almost like, you know, death by a cop, setting it up so that let's get this over with, as if the young brother might have been done with it. Like, look, this is where I'm at, y'all. Where y'all at? It's my birthday. I'm having a great time. I'm drinking one I never drink.
Yeah.
I'm out here showing my location of everywhere I go. Who do that when you a killer?
You're right.
So it doesn't all make good sense, but I just know it's another young brother, man, that we didn't have to lose. You know what I mean? And it's crazy because this generation, my son has lost more friends than I have. And I come from the gang era. Yeah. And he's been to more funerals than I have. Yeah. So it's crazy out here right now with the youngsters, between the fentanyl and the pills and the drama and the clout, and then social media just makes it all worse for a lot of them. So, you know.
I feel like social media is the best friend that hypes up everything. Mm-hmm. You know, you don't want to drink, you don't want to drive, but that's that best friend. Oh yeah, drink, drive. You know, grab the keys.
Oh, it ain't nothing.
You got
that. Yeah. Yeah. And then when it goes down, where that person at? Where were these people at? And that was why I started my clothing line, Been Solid, man, because I felt like the original motto was been solid, stay solid. Because not everybody that's been solid stays solid. You feel me? And when a dude catches a beef, goes to prison, does his time, don't tell, sitting in a cell for 25 years, when was the last time you wrote him? When was the last time you talked to him? You wrote 500 songs about the nigga that snitched on you, but do you got one song about your homie that held solid? Y'all ain't focusing on these people. What benefit is it to be solid these days? So everybody's wondering why everybody's snitching. What benefit is it to stay solid like we was raised on? They going, nah, man, these cats don't even fuck with me. That's what Tekashi was saying. These cats don't even fuck with me. Fuck it. It's nothing to be a rat. I'll tell on all these niggas. You know what I mean? We wasn't brought up like that.
Right.
But these younger generation, they don't see it that way because they not getting no respect for it.
Yeah.
My OGs come home from the joint. They got fresh Stacy's. They got 2, 3 females waiting on them. They homies just handing them bread. When they in the pen, can't nobody touch them. They protected. These days, that ain't happening. So these young cats is like, shit, I ain't going to jail for this, nigga. I ain't even really like him no way. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Fuck it. What'd you say? 20 years or 2?
Yeah.
Let's go with the 2. Because they don't see the integrity in it anymore. The gangsters is catching hell. You keep quiet and you don't say shit, you doing all day. These rat ass niggas going home by the weekend. These youngsters are seeing that. Yeah. So now they going, shit, I'm not going. You know, so we got to take some responsibility from the older generation. And I say we because I'm 50. I just look good. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
But I've seen it, and I've watched it change from when I started at 18 to when I was 30 to now to sit back as an OG and go, damn, where are we going?
Yeah.
That's with the music and everything. We traveling down the road we can't come back from. So I think at this point, hip-hop is coming back around. They're going, we ain't going back to mumble rap. That shit's over. So we're going to go back to hip-hop.
Hip-hop.
So you're hearing more lyrics. You're hearing people talk more about financial literacy and things of this nature. And we're going, yeah, take it back to when Rakim was talking to us. When BDK, Big Daddy Kane, was talking to us. When Hev D was talking to us, they was giving us game. We went into drill rap, and it went crazy. Everybody lost their goddamn minds. Not that drill ain't true, because I've been to Chicago. What they talking is their life. It's the people that are trying to adapt that to where they're from that ain't really like that.
That ain't really like that, yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's that's where we're getting off the rails a little bit. It's not the ones that's telling the true story of where they from. It's the imitators. That's causing it to get out of control, because them real ones, when the police come, they gonna really be quiet. Them imitators, they gonna, because they don't have that same integrity about it. You know what I mean? So I think it definitely is different in this generation. No better or no worse, just different.
Yeah.
We had different problems. Because they could say, well, all these rappers getting killed today, out of control. But yeah, but we lost Pop. We lost Big. We lost L. We took some hits in our generation too. Rappers getting killed over. So we got to take some responsibility.
Yeah.
And like Fabby told him, man, we sold crack, nigga. We sold crack for 20 years. You don't think these niggas is crack babies? Where'd you think they went? They didn't just fall off the planet. You sold dope to his mama. That's why the little nigga ain't got no respect and wild as hell. He's a goddamn crack baby. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean?
That's facts.
That's that. I mean, so we as the older generation had to take some of that responsibility, and that's why I give back.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I took enough from the game. I owe it. You ain't even got to ask me for it. I owe it.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Right. Because I know I took my share.
Yeah.
So I got to get mine back. You know what I mean? And that's why I'm back at the Job Corps I came here in and working with the kids that I was just like. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's definitely, you know, a journey to make it all the way back around to come full 360. You know what I mean?
Now, talking about that, going on into yourself, with the Job Corps working there, coming back around, how does that feel? Man,
it's great. I'm a damn driver's ed teacher.
Uh-huh.
What's the worst thing you ever had to do was jump in the car with your parents to learn how to drive? That was the scariest shit. Your mama gonna cuss you out. They're yelling at you. You're crashing into shit. So it's like, you know what I mean? That is nerve-wracking. Right. So what it has done for me is it helped me control and make me think more about how to deal with people, make me think more instead of getting upset or mad that you just don't get what I'm saying. I had to learn to think a little deeper and help people. And when I see kids coming there just like me, I remember walking in that Job Corps at 16 years old, and I see some of them coming in now dusty, funky, dirty, talking bad, acting bad. Ain't none of that. Scared to death, ready to wish he could go hide in the corner but can't. You know what I mean? So I give them that. I let them talk to me. You know what I mean? I talk to them like I'm talking to y'all, and they respect that. Everybody either call me Unc or Pops because that's who I remind them of. But I give them a little tough love too, especially if they're in their bullshit. And I give them a little hard time. I be trying to be cool though. I won't lose my job, but I will tell them you out of pocket, little dog.
Of course.
And let me give you some perspective. That's right. And then but they usually respect me for it, and it makes it easy. It's the first time in my life I don't hate going to work. Yeah. You know what I mean? Straight up.
Oh man.
It's the first time in my life I don't hate getting up to go to work.
That's crazy.
You know,
crazy,
so
man. That's crazy. So, family. Is that a big thing to you?
Most definitely. Yeah. I've been with my wife for 330 years. We've been together 3 decades. You feel me? Shout out over there, baby. I see. You know what I'm talking about? My kids, you know, been there for them their whole lives. The only time I took out of their lives was when I was in the penitentiary, and that's what made me change my focus, because I had always wanted to be there for them from day one. So when I took that hit, that changed a lot of shit. that made me think a lot differently about how I wanted to do things, because I knew I couldn't take that time out of their lives again. You know what I mean? So I had to come up with some options. You know, if I can talk that good to sell dope, I can talk that good to get a permit and a license to do some real shit. You feel me? If I could put that much effort into negativity, then I could turn that right back around and put that much effort into positivity. So, you know, that was why I named the company Been Solid, because I want people to just remember the people that's been solid in your life. When you called and they did answer the phone. When you needed to borrow a few dollars and he actually had it for you. You know, when Granny picked up that collect call, you feel me? The people that's been solid. I think we focus too much on the negativity, and we need to get back to focusing on the people that's really been down for us, you know?
Definitely. So with Been Solid, how was that? How did that come up to be?
I was touring. I was working with a few artists out of Vegas, Levon Kennedy. I was working with cats out of Sac, Big Ol' Meezy, working with a few different artists that was taking us out on tour. And they was always saying, you lacking because you don't have no merchandise. Where's your t-shirts? Where's your beanies? You're lacking? You know, the OGs, SIBO, shout out to the West Coast Mafia. They giving us game about us putting ourselves in a better situation, you know what I mean? And about we got to do more than just rap. Rap ain't it. You got to do more than just that. So I came up with the concept, Been Solid, and I put the two fists together because it just reminded me that we got to stay focused on the people, give them something that says that's what I'm representing. So I could have named the clothing line Stop Snitching, but who would I have been focused on? See what I'm saying? Yeah. So I named the company Been Solid. Now who am I focused on? You see what I'm saying? So same concept, because to not be a snitch is to be solid.
It's to be solid, yeah.
But find a positive way to do what you're doing.
To word it, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
You catch more bees with honey. You know what I mean?
It's more
vinegar.
focused on
You
the
feel
positive.
me?
It's more focused on the positive.
So why not focus on that? And that makes people want to be more a part of it. I got Mexican homies and family members, you know what I mean, that work with us. 4-1 to all the way out to Detroit, like we was talking about earlier. I've been out that way. You know, shout out to the 313. And this is why I say network, man. Work with everybody, man. You'll find that there's creativity in everything that you do, and that's why I was really drawn to the name of this company. You know what I mean? Because that means that you guys accept people for who they are and allow them to do what they do, and that's where we at now. You know what I mean? Be creative. You don't have to do what we did. It ain't about staying at a job for 50 years and getting a gold watch no more.
Right.
We got millionaire 8-year-olds off of TikTok. He already got $1 million in his account. He's 9. You see what I'm saying? The world's changing. Economics is changing. So you adapt or die. Yeah. You either learn how to catch up or you just fall off. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, and there's no other way around that. So I'm trying to adapt. I'm working with a lot of the younger generation, where a lot of older artists don't mess with the younger generation. I have decided that that's where it's at. The truth is in the babies. You know what I mean? The babies are the future.
Yeah, that's true.
So if we don't invest in them, what is the future going to look like? You feel me? So I'm not a hater of the youngsters. I'm not a hater of the new generation. I love y'all. I like to see them get up there and do it. You know what I mean? Right. I watched the Apollo growing up, man. You like to see people go up on stage and do it. You feel me? It was cool to watch them get booed, but you like to see somebody go up there and kill it too, because that's just who we are. You know what I mean? As a people. Yeah. You've been doing that every Christmas, every year. They make you get up and dance for them in front of the Christmas tree, man. We've been at this.
That's right. That's right. So if you could tell our watchers about yourself, things that we don't know, what would you tell? How would you explain yourself?
I got layers. I come from so many different angles and perspectives of life, from growing up in Oakland in the inner city to transferring here as a teenager and traveling the country. I went to college. 3.5 years, shout out Weber State University, Dame Lil, all that old good shit. You know what I mean? But I also went to the penitentiary. Those are the two extremes that you can get. Yeah. From the penitentiary to college, is actually two opposite directions, and I've been both places. That makes me closer to real people. I no longer judge anyone for what they have to do or who they are in their life, because I've seen the extreme of both ends, and I get to live in the middle. So I'm not tripping off of how you feel or how you think you got every right to, because I want that same right given back to me when I want to speak how I feel and how I think. So I ain't gonna cut you off.
That's right.
Go ahead. I'm gonna allow you to feel like that, even if it's in opposition to what I feel. Because when it's my turn, I want mine respected the same way. You know what I mean? So, grew up in Oakland during the time when the Black Panther Party was big. You know, so I have a lot of tribute tattoos and Black prides. I got Power to the People tattooed on my chest. I'm one of them. You feel me? I love my people to death, you know what I mean? But I know every brother ain't your brother and every other ain't your enemy. So we got to make sure that we're keeping our eyes open for what I think people that know me, they already know that about me. That's probably what they love about me. That's where the name the Big Homie T-Lo comes from. Because your big homie is somebody that everybody fucks with. If you in a gang, then everybody go to the big homie for permission. Some people refer to the man upstairs as they big homie. The big homie is just somebody that you respect. You know what I mean? So I feel like even people that didn't know my name, it was just natural for them to say, hey, big homie. You feel me? So it was just so universal and so easy. I just keep it with the people. You know what I mean? I let the people tell me what songs they like and which ones they don't. My favorite song usually ain't the people's favorite song.
Right.
So I let them tell me what to do. You know what I mean? And I think that's why people, you know, gravitate towards me, because they know I'm with them already out the door. They know. You know what I mean? So I think that's the main thing about me. I want people to know is that I love my people, man.
It's amazing, man. I love you, man. I love it. So what are some new projects or anything that you would want us to be looking out for?
Oh, man, we just did a show down here in Salt Lake the other night, and we tried out a couple of new songs. I got a song called I Can Plug You with my daughter. It's a homage song, the Mary J. Blige song, I Can Love You. And we flipped that and killing it, and my daughter singing on it. Me and my son remade one of the songs off of my first album 25 years ago. It was a song that he's loved so long. We remade the song and with his style on it, and it's turned up. It's called Faulty. So it's turned up. I dropped the Kings and Killers album. We on all platforms. My son dropped his album, The Takeoff, and it was crazy because the year he named his album The Takeoff, I think it was a month later, Takeoff got killed. You know what I mean? So it was crazy, the connections these are the type of things that I feel connect us, you know what I mean? Yeah. So his album is doing well. He's got a lot of good videos. I just shot a video with Julio, the Underdog, OG, from LA. Met him in the Crest. Shout out to the Crest Side Riders, man, all of them out there, Jake Diggs, all of the people that we fuck with out there, my nigga Sleep Dank, you know what I mean? And I just did a track with him, and we shot a video out here in Utah. We used Park City backdrops, we used mountain backdrops. We made Utah look real nice, man. And Coolio came out here, showed a lot of love, a lot of respect. He got a lot of love and a lot of respect. So we'll see a little bit more Coolio out here, you know what I mean?
That's dope right there. That is dope.
You know what I mean? Most definitely.
So, as we just see LeBron and Bronny is on the same team now. And I know that's amazing to be able to play with your son.
Yeah.
You doing the same thing. How does it feel to be able to do music with your son?
Man,
children just in whole.
I've been doing music since, like I said, I got signed in 2002. I've probably been doing music since 93, 94.
Yeah.
These last 5 years with my son has been the best. I've been doing this music for 25 years. These last 5 years with him has been the best. Everything that we've done, the people he's met, the places we've gone, I like to see his eyes light up when he meets celebrities and he's backstage performing in front of hundreds of people, thousands of people, you know, getting celebrity, you know, in his videos, and they giving him cameos and things. I see in his eyes the way I felt about music when it first started. Now that I know more about the business and everything that comes with it, yeah, I kind of got my own, I got a different perspective on it. But I remember when it was fresh like that. You know what I mean? And that's all you wanted to do was rap, and that's all you wanted to do was be seen, and you didn't care about the money, you didn't care about the fame. I just want to do it. So I love doing that with him. And then these last couple of years, my daughter has really turned up her initiative. She sings R&B, and she goes by Yanni. You know what I mean, with 2 eyes. Tap in with her on Instagram, and they really make it easy, man. You know, like some pops, they coach football, and every time they see that boy run for a touchdown, you know what I mean. If your boy hits the game-winning shot in the basketball game, that kind of feeling. Those are things that you can't really describe because it's such a connection to who you are and what you are, and you just want to see your kids succeed in that way, or even more so. So, you know, doing that with them, man, it's turned up. My youngest, she plays guitar. She's into rock music, so she went a whole nother level. She's AC/DC, Motley Crue, you feel me? But she loves all music as well, you know what I mean? So shout out to Taji, Yanni, Trey, you know what I mean? This is what we do, man. This is what we do. We trying to be the first rap family of Ogden, you know what I mean?
Awesome. That is awesome. That is so dope, man. I swear. I understand, too, because, you know, I look at my little man and I want him to do music, but then I said, you know what, we're going to play basketball.
Right.
You know, but it feels good to even know that I can help you with that because I play basketball.
And I think, you know, LeBron did what he was supposed to do as a father to try to make his son's dreams come true. Yep. His son did what he was supposed to do because he wants to be like his dad. It ain't his fault his dad is one of the greatest most arguable basketball players in the league ever. Yeah. Still doing records and breaking records that have never been broken, you know what I mean? Things that have never been done. Yeah. And so, you know, it's nothing wrong with Bronny wanting to be like dad. And if dad can make a couple phone calls and pull a couple strings, I don't know what dad wouldn't.
I mean, I don't know what dad wouldn't.
You know what I mean?
You know?
But Bronny still got to play.
Yeah.
So he gotta let the bike go and let him roll down the street at some point, because regardless to me calling it in, you got to do the work. And Bronny is in good shape. You see him working out with his dad all the time. So I really think that's all he needs is time. He'll be all right because he's good at the game, and he's got that behind him. Look at Steph, his dad played. Look at Clay, his dad played. You know what I mean? Look at Giannis. He brought his brother on to the team.
True.
You don't even see dude hardly get no time. Let's keep it a buck. Giannis got his brother a job. You know what I mean? Like, you know, so I'm not mad at that, though. They said a lot of people in the industry are related. Yeah. Wouldn't you bring your cousin on if he could rap or sing, and that's what you do? Like, they said a lot of people are really related. So, you know, most definitely, I think Bronny and LeBron, they're going down in history. You know what I mean? Bronny ain't going to be starting. It ain't like he running out onto the court day one. Like, you know what I mean? So,
yeah, he's going to be on that bench for a while.
Yeah.
He's going to be on that bench for a while.
But when he goes from being Bronny to LBJ Jr.,
yeah. Because
Bronny is a kid.
Yeah, still a kid.
LBJ Jr. will be the man, and that's when he'll be coming. You feel me? So that's when we'll see the transition, when the name transitions.
Definitely. So let's go ahead and get our shout outs, man. You know what I'm saying? And show love to the city, and you know. Man,
Salt Lake City, man, Ogden, everywhere in between. 4-1 and all productions, man. We coming again on July 13th. We doing a free event car show in Ogden, man, at Jefferson Park. You know what I mean? We out here today, Show Life, man, showing me so much love, man. This has been long overdue. I hope I gave y'all a little bit of footage. Maybe we'll do a part 2 someday, you know what I mean?
Definitely.
And get into me being a 5%er and all of that type of stuff. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
And, you know, shout out to the ones that's been down since the beginning, man. I see y'all, man, and I see y'all still in my comments. Y'all still rooting for an OG, man. I'm rooting right back, man. Much love.
Yeah, all right, man. All right. Well, you already know, man. We got the big OG in the building. Show Light TV.
Yeah,
and you already know we up out of here.
Yeah.
Peace.